Welcome to Take Two with Freddie. Real talk about second chances, real life, and the power of rewriting your story. I'm Freddie Freundlich, entrepreneur, mentor, and storyteller. And here's the deal. If I didn't walk it, I don't talk it. Each week we get together, we spend a little time laughing, reflecting, and hopefully we get to walk away a little more alive than when we came in. So what's on my mind today? Wow, so much, pretty much everything. You see, for the past few days, I've been sleeping in what's called a safe room, not metaphorically, but literally. I've been going to sleep in a reinforced room because there are missiles, real honest to goodness missiles and drones flying over my head. During the day, I try and live a normal life, but sirens go off every couple of hours. And then I walk, sometimes calmly, sometimes quickly, but to the nearest bomb shelter. At night, I sleep in a safe room. And I have to tell you guys, I'm blessed that I have one in my home. That's been my life for the past few days. Sirens, special warnings, safe rooms, wait, back to normal, walk into a bomb shelter, repeat. Crazy stuff. Now, some of you listening know exactly what this feels like. Maybe you've lived in a war zone, and maybe you've heard these sounds in the middle of the night that changes everything. And some of you, and I would venture to guess most of you, can't relate at all. And that's just okay. You might care, you might feel empathy, you might be saying, wow, I feel for you. That must be so hard. But unless you've been there, you really can't feel it. And here's the interesting thing. While I'm here dealing with missiles, you're dealing with something else. Maybe an upcoming presentation, a marriage issue, a financial challenge, a health scare, a difficult conversation you're avoiding. And your problem, whatever it is, feels as real to you as mine feels to me. And that's as it should be. There's no reason for guilt. It's not a competition of suffering. Everyone's problem, everyone's challenge is their problem, is their challenge. From the outside, someone might look at you and say, that's nothing, that's just a mosquito bite. But from the inside, for you, it's everything. And guys, at the same time, while there are missiles flying overhead daily, I'm also aware of something else. I'm aware of how blessed I am, that I do have a safe room in my house, and I get to sleep in my own bed. I'm not displaced. I'm not running in the streets. I'm not living in a bomb shelter, haven't been home for a week. Everything is relative. Even in chaos, there needs to be perspective. And that brings me to something that has absolutely nothing to do with war and everything to do with life. Over 4 months ago, I shared with you guys that I was making some small changes in my life. One of them was this. I decided from that day forward, I would walk a minimum of 10,000 steps a day, minimum. And 30 minutes of that had to be outside in one continuous stretch. Not by pacing around the kitchen, not by doing my business and walking while talking on the phone. 30 intentional minutes outside. And I told myself I was committing to this for just 30 days. No lifetime commitment, no pressure, just 30 days. And then I would decide where to go from there. Well, I did it. I finished the 30 days. And then something interesting happened. I didn't stop. I kept going. And I continued on for 60 days, 90 days, till 100 days. And I shared that with you because I was proud, not just because of the steps, but because I had kept my word to myself. Rain or shine, busy day, travel day, none of it mattered. Even with missiles flying, I walked. Sirens, I adjusted my schedule, but I still walked. And I did this for 125 days. Every day, my step app would congratulate me. It would say, "You're on day 125. Keep up the streak. Keep it up. You're amazing." Every morning, it reminded me what I had done the day before. And then in the evening, it showed me how many steps I had accumulated. And then came day 126. And I didn't do it. Not 10,000, not the 30 minutes, nothing close. Now, I can give you guys some really great excuses. The war, the stress, the uninterrupted sleep, the sirens, I wasn't feeling so well, and you would buy any of them. But here's the honest truth. I had all that on day 125 too. And I still did it. So it wasn't about circumstance. It was obviously something else. And here's the part that surprised me. I actually had relief. When that app reset to 0, I felt like the pressure was off. I didn't feel shame. I didn't feel a sense of failure. I know this sounds weird, but I felt free. I felt freedom. And I thought to myself, wow, this is very interesting. What just happened? So, in the beginning, it was a 30-day experiment. Then it became a goal. Then it became a streak. But somewhere along the line, the streak started owning me. I wasn't just walking for the sake of walking, or even that I had kept a promise to myself. I was protecting the number. I was protecting the record. And then when something good starts to feel like pressure, eventually something inside pushes back. It's just like a pressure valve. You can only tighten it so much before it releases. And for me, day 126 was the release. But here's the amazing part. On day 127, I walked 13,000 steps. Yet all I needed was 10,000, and I did my 30 minutes outside. Day 128, same thing. Day 129, same thing. Day 130, same thing. You see, guys, the streak had died, but the habit didn't. What changed was my identity. At some point during those 125 days, I stopped being a guy trying to hit a goal, and I just became a guy who walks every day. You see, this is a big difference. One is performance based, one is identity based. When you're performance based, missing a day feels like failure. When you're identity based, missing a day feels like information or data. It's no big deal, no drama. I'd like to share with you that I used to be a dieter. I went on many different diets, and I was disciplined and focused and structured, and I would do it for 30, 60, 90 days, whatever. But eventually, on day 91, I'd end up, no matter how good I was, eating 2 M&Ms. And that was it. It's over. It didn't matter what I had done for 90 days. 2 M&Ms, and then once it's over, I'd go nuts. I'd eat everything in the house. Why? Because I was on a diet. I wasn't a healthy person. By its very definition, a diet's end, goals end, streaks end. Forever is a very long time. When you wake up and say, I'm changing forever, the chances are slim. It's very rare that one can change forever. But you can change today. You can handle the next 24 hours. That's the difference. Identity is different. Let me give you something simple. I brush my teeth every morning and every night. But once in a very blue moon, I fall asleep on the couch because I'm totally exhausted and I miss the nighttime brushing. The next morning, I don't wake up and say, oh, I guess I'm not someone who brushes his teeth. No, because it's who I am. Missing once doesn't threaten my identity. It's not a streak. It's part of my life. I don't go around bragging and telling you, wow, it's day 15,000 that I brushed my teeth. And that's the point, because somewhere between day 1 and day 125, walking became brushing my teeth. Day 126 wasn't a rebellion, it was a transition. The pressure had dissolved. And what was left was me. Me, Freddie the Walker. Now, I'm not saying goals and streaks aren't important. They are very important. We must have a destination before we can turn it into a journey. And we want to get to that destination. But at some point, in order for it to become part of us, the destination must become part of the journey. So to make it really simple, you need the journey to get to the destination, but at the same time, your ultimate goal is to go from the destination back to the journey. So let's bring this back to the bigger picture. I can't control the missiles or the drones. I can't control geopolitics. I can't control the sirens. But I can control small promises I make to myself today. Now, in the beginning, that app, the Step app, or any app does help. There's no doubt about this. Because eventually, the app, by its very nature, needs to take second place. That app needs to become you. It's not the app, it's me, the man who keeps small promises to himself. So, my message to you guys today would be as follows. Maybe you broke your streak. Maybe you stopped journaling. You stopped going to the gym or the diet. Maybe you snapped at someone after 60 calm days. Maybe you missed a prayer or a meditation. And the app, literally or figuratively, goes back to zero. But I remind you, the app is not you. Let me say that again. The app going back to zero is not a reflection of who you are. Breaking a streak is not breaking your identity unless you decide it is. Day 126 didn't undo 125 days. It actually proved something stronger. It proved that I really did do it. I no longer walk for a number. I walk because that's who I am now, today. And that is freedom. I no longer need the applause. I don't need tracking. I don't need perfection. I just need to continue being me. It's just like I don't tell my wife every day that I've brushed my teeth today. And I no longer need to tell her every day that I did my walking or did my steps or I'm on day so and so. I just do it quietly. No excitement, no announcement. I just, when I want to, I lace up my shoes and I'm off. So I want to leave you guys with this. What is it in your life that you're living streak to streak? Where are you afraid to break something because you think it defines you? Because perhaps maybe breaking that streak is the doorway to owning it. Remember, we start with a goal and we build the streak, but it's the journey, the identity that eventually defines us. For me, day 126 wasn't a failure. It was the moment the pressure dropped. That's when I became a walker. I'm still walking, missiles or not, because that's who I am today. And as I finish this episode, I think more than ever, my mantra fits. If I don't walk it, I don't talk it. And guys, if this resonated with you, if you think someone else needs to hear it, please share it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care, and we'll see you next time.